When you see a patient, how do you assess their condition and determine their, what they might be deficient in and what sort of nutrients that they're not getting?
Sure. I follow actually a fairly systematic approach. We call it the ABCDs. We look at the anthropomorphic measures. Is the waist to hip ratio, what's their body fat, body composition, pretty easy stuff. So I tend to look at that because that's one thing I can see change either very rapidly or not rapidly at all. I look at the biochemistry. So generally that's standard issue blood work, but also some functional tests that we can run as well. Just depending on how advanced and how severe a condition is, we'll do maybe more of that. The other thing is their clinical symptoms. So they have a myriad of things. I really am trying to pull on those threads as much as possible to see what's at least crossing. Like, where in this matrix is it? It's just like the movie, right? You kind of cross your eyes, squint, and hallucinate and hope that you can see something. Well, I've been doing it long enough, and people older than me have been doing it a lot longer. You start to see patterns. So I like to look for those, and then the D is the dietary thing. We can do just regular dietary intakes. Take a food journal, 3 to 7 days usually, make sure that there's weekdays and weekends on that. And now with apps and smartphones and devices, it's great. I have people take pictures of what they eat exactly and email it to me. So when they come in for their appointment, we can go through the last 21 meals they had, and I can, instead of beating them over the head with it, they know when they've gone awry, they know what they've done. So we don't do that. We just find opportunities to improve that.
You talk about journaling or even taking pictures. How important is that? Just so that person gets an idea, because a lot of people just grab something to eat and, what'd you eat yesterday? I don't remember, and then they get a better visual of exactly what they're putting in their body.
Sure. When I do a 24-hour recall, we call it, of just what have you eaten in the last 24 hours, I can't start from 24 hours ago. I have to start with what did you eat the last
Most
meal,
recently, yeah,
and then work my way back. So you're absolutely right. But from a journaling perspective, there's therapeutic value to it. So all of the research that's coming out on behavioral change, almost all of them have a journal component to it, and it's almost like having an accountability partner that's invisible, right? That journal, that journal, it can't lie. Once you write it in there, it's there for good. And the apps kind of work the same way. Activity trackers, dietary trackers. I don't know if I would be able to practice without at least encouraging that.